got to talk some overreactions here, Cody, because that's what we do, right? We watch the preseason, we kind of catch a highlight here or there, we watch maybe half a game, and we totally overreact. So I know you have a thought on Trevor Lawrence. I want to get to that in a second. Let me throw my first one at you. We played the highlight there, so we'll start with Trey Lance. My first thought after watching this weekend, you look at the player, what he could do, right? His potential, his talent, who he's with, the team he's on. There's no doubt in my mind the best quarterback from the 2021 draft class is going to be Trey Lance. He's got the tools. He's really good. And he's got Kyle Shanahan. You watched that play when he rolled out. He made time. That guy's wide open. Like, Kyle Shanahan has won with every quarterback he's ever had. He's won with Garoppolo. He's won with Matt Ryan. He's won with RG3. Trey Lance is going to be the best quarterback in this class, not only because he's good, Cody, but because he has Kyle Shanahan.
Did you hear that just now? That was the heads of everyone in Chicago, their collective heads exploding to what you just said out loud. Really? You think he's going to be the guy over Fields? Like, I just said that Fields, I think, is not going to start the season at the quarterback position, but I really do like Fields. I really like what he brings to the table. And as much as Lance, I like, he's got the arm, he could go deep in the field, and he's already showing in a week 1 of preseason. I like the dual threat more of, say, Fields than Lance, because just that seems where NFL and, quite frankly, the quarterback position has been going for the last decade. Look around the league, the very best quarterbacks in the league, they're a dual threat. They beat you with your arm. They beat you with their legs. I don't see that with Lance going forward. However, you are right. He's got Shanahan. He's got a great offensive mind. He's got targets to throw to. At the end of the day, though, I like Fields just a bit more.
Well, man, if it ends up being Fields, not only is this show going to be insufferable, but a lot of teams in the NFL, I mean, Cody, a lot of teams in the NFL will have egg on their face. If Justin Fields ends up, even if he's the third best quarterback, right? Even if you say it's Lawrence, Lance, Fields, like whatever. Because if he's better than 2 or 3 of the guys taken ahead of him, there are a lot of teams out there that are going to look ridiculous. And there's teams, Cody, that did not take a quarterback. Forget passing on Fields for Lance or Zach Wilson with the Jets. Like, think about the Denver Broncos. I know Patrick Surtain had the interception return for a touchdown this weekend. They don't have a quarterback. The Eagles decided to give Jalen Hurts a year to prove himself. They could have taken a quarterback. They chose not to. The Giants actually traded the pick that became Justin Fields. They're going with Daniel Jones for a third year. I think Daniel Jones is just a guy. I don't think he's very good. They passed on Justin Fields. If you're right, if the love of Justin Fields in this show translates to the field and he's a star quarterback, there's like 5 or 6 teams in the NFL that are going to be like, man, we made a mistake.
Let's also pump the brakes, though. I'm not on the Fields bandwagon the way the rest of Chicago is. People are tattooing Justin Fields into their sides of their heads right now. I'm not that far along. I just think he's a little better than Lance. That's all. I think they made a great pick, and yes, I do think there's going to be a lot of teams with a lot of egg on their face after this. Do I think it's going to be a situation where Bears fans will never let the names Mahomes not ring in the ears of the Bears front office? No, I don't think it's going to be that. But I do think there's going to be a lot of teams that are going to be kicking themselves by the end of possibly even this season.
Yeah, I think it'll happen early. So, Cody, give me your thought on Trevor Lawrence, because you said something in the first segment that I want to hit on here, and then we'll go through some of the games this weekend and kind of overreact, especially some coaching stuff that we saw. Your thoughts on Trevor Lawrence? Look, he's going to start from day one. Urban Meyer can say whatever he wants about competition and Gardner Minshew. It's going to be Trevor Lawrence. It's his franchise now. Are you sold on the guy that's, what's he, the prodigal son, the best prospect since Andrew Luck or whatever the heck we heard? People love Trevor Lawrence. Do you?
Absolutely not. I do not get it. Yes, in college, he's a dynamic quarterback, but all I feel from Trevor Lawrence is Johnny Manziel vibes. That's all I get out of this guy. And hear me out when I say this. Do I think he's better than Johnny Manziel? Absolutely. He's a better quarterback than Johnny Manziel. He's got more talent. I do think that he's going to get hurt. I'm really worried. You mentioned his height and his size. I feel like one serious tackle is going to be brittle and go down, and I don't want to see that either. I feel like this Urban Meyer experiment down in Jacksonville, it's giving me Pete Carroll Jets vibes is what it's giving me. I do not see this as being I see this as being a catastrophe, quite frankly. I do not see Jacksonville doing anything these next couple of years. You give Urban Meyer anything you want, I don't care. It's not going to matter.
Let me give you a couple thoughts that I had, and it kind of goes with what you're saying. So I have a couple vibes on Lawrence, Urban Meyer too. The vibe I get from Urban Meyer, it's actually more Chip Kelly Eagles, where I could see it working early and then just the whole thing falling apart. It will not be a 5-year thing, maybe a 3-year thing. But as far as Trevor Lawrence goes, and again, Philadelphia Eagles always on my mind. You know who Lawrence reminds me of physically and the way he plays the game? He reminds me of Carson Wentz. Now, before it comes off as a bad thing, Carson Wentz pre-injury, right? He was really good. Carson Wentz pre-injury looked like he was going to be the MVP of the league. He was never the same after that injury. And that's like the way he moves, throws. Wentz was kind of skinny, coming out tall and skinny. I see a lot of young Carson Wentz in Trevor Lawrence. Now, hopefully he stays healthy and he has a better career than Wentz has gone on to have. But yeah, like I'm not sold that Lawrence is the next. Like I'm not sure in 5 years from now if he's going to be in the same stratosphere as the top 5 quarterbacks. I think he's going to be an NFL starter for a long time. He's Trevor Lawrence, but I'm not guaranteeing he's top 5 quarterback ever.
I just feel like every time we have a high round draft pick that we're touting to be the next guy forever, they always last 3 to 4 years. We were saying something similar about Danny Dimes 2 years ago after 2 starts in New York. And now we're sitting here saying, oh my God, they're going with Danny Dimes for year 3. He's a body. And I feel like that's what we're going to be at in 3 years with Trevor Lawrence, and the exact same thing. Only we're going to be talking, only the expectation for Trevor Lawrence was just so off the charts that I don't think he's ever going to get close to reaching him.